All right. Holy crap. I forgot my, we're going to see if this works. This is a rough start so far. It's a different animal today. I don't have my earphones in. I'm in my wife's vehicle because my vehicle is getting work done. I got about $1,000 that I'm looking at spending on keeping my vehicle running, and I already spent $700 on it 2 weeks ago. That's just life. And I left my my phone clip that I was using for these, I specifically got for these vlogs, and then totally forgot about it. And the sound might be crap too, because I just have this thing literally on a rubber band with like a potato chip clipped onto the air vent. So I improvised. That's why it's on an angle. It's kind of just snugly fitting in over the volume button of the radio. Hopefully we're working. Everything's working. I don't like that the radio's playing. That's not good. The tray is shaking, and quarters and Tic Tacs are going. It's hectic. It's audio disaster. An ASMR would just be creaming right now. Yeah, so, this lady really did not stop at that intersection. She was way out. She had like 3/4 of her car in the intersection in there. So, yeah, this is absurd if this one's going up. I look terrible. You might have noticed I've been combing my hair, and now that I've combed my hair 3 days in a row, I guess I gotta comb my hair for fucking ever now. No, I don't know. I'm trying to just train my hair to not be so crazy, because I was wearing a hat through the winter, and I wasn't combing it. I was pushing it back and pushing it straight back, and it was starting to grow crazy, and the stuff in the front did not know which way to go or what to do, and started curling up and doing crazy things. So just trying to get it so my hair and myself have an understanding of what we're trying to do. We're on the same page, and I need to kind of coax it into that. So I don't need to I'm not going to be combing my hair every day. I don't really need to keep up appearances, but I do to a certain extent, obviously, or else I pretty quickly can evolve into a homeless looking person. I'm not actually unhoused. I have a home, and I have a job, and we're surviving. But I can pull off the homeless look pretty quick, I think. Especially with the facial hair is already on its way. And just kind of the tiredness in the eyes. I look tired, don't I? That could be multiple things going on. This one today is a crapshoot. I'm not centered to the frame. I'm off to the side. If I move over here, I'm unhinged. What am I even doing? So I need to just focus on the road. I need to focus on, and you guys, this is more of a podcast, an audio rather than a vlog. So hopefully the audio isn't crap too. But I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. My car's in the shop for today and tomorrow because they have 8 hours worth of work allegedly that needs to get done. So that'll be the big, probably, most of the bill. Either way, I'm grateful to have everything work out the way it works out. I'm grateful that I have another vehicle to get to work, and everything that goes along with that. I'm grateful to have a mechanic. I gotta stay grateful, but just being grateful, I don't know how you make that entertaining all the time. Sometimes you just gotta vent and gripe and bitch because it's relatable. So yeah, the vlogs have gone up. I've gotten 3 views. I think one of them is me, probably, maybe even 2 of them. I just wanted to check the volumes from the episodes, and then yeah. So I don't know how long I'll do this. I don't see really. I understand there's not a lot of value in what I'm providing here, because I'm not attaching myself to anything, and I'm not really providing you with anything other than my ramblings. And there's little nuggets of like insight. It's my own insight, and it might be, skewed or perverted or just plain wrong. But if you're vibing with me, if I can catch a vibe or something like that, then that's cool. And I really just, the idea that I had the other day is that I want to use my phone, for more productive and creative things, and use it as a tool rather than me being used as a tool by my phone, by the social engineers, basically. I don't want to be a product of social engineering. I would rather just be able to observe what that is and say if I want to participate, and then if I have any of my own input that I can change for the better, then I would rather be influential. I don't want to be an influencer. I guess I do, but I don't really know what that means. I don't want to be influential to the point where I'm arguing with people, or people are have a problem with me. I think that's really, that's easy to attract either way. But yeah, what am I even talking about? I just feel like I should be doing something and putting something out there, and I don't know what I'm, other than just talking to myself. I don't really know what I'm gonna get out of it. We just all fogged up in here. Literally just came up a hill, and then everything got real foggy. So I'm just gonna try and defog for a second. It might get a little bit more noisy. So yeah, I just felt like I'm on YouTube all the time. I've seen channels start from nothing and then become popular. And there's people who do stuff in my lane, and I've seen their channels grow. I've seen other channels die, and it's cool when you see things like that work out, and you can kind of study the pattern that they're on and the success that they're on, and then you realize that it's it's consistency and it's hard work, and it's like there's a bit of luck in there, but most of it is just it's consistency and hard work. And I'm trying to get the consistency down, and the hard work thing is like I work hard in my own way on my own things in my in my own time, and it only shows in small facets of my life. Like I don't have a lot of money or a really fancy job. I do have like a house, and I do have I have my wife and 2 kids, and we both have a vehicle, and we have dogs, and we're able to take like small little vacations here and there. And I'm the only one working. We homeschool. There's a lot of like I have nothing else to like wish for. I have everything that I need, but that just providing for that doesn't, like, if that's your purpose, I guess that's enough of a purpose for someone. But I've always felt like there's something else, and it's I don't know if it's just the ego. I hope not. But like I've realized with making art and music, those are like my passions, and I've gotten into kind of philosophy and esoteric thought, and just being a truth seeker, and being trying to find the truth and wisdom, and going through religious rabbit holes, and trying to clean up my life and do this and do that, and also exploring doing illegal things, drugs, getting into trouble, doing graffiti, and this was all earlier in life, but it still counts. It's like all stuff. It's all phases that I've been through. I've dealt with the cops. I've been arrested. I've been to jail. Even though it was a brief stay, it was only 10 days, but it was an impact on my life. It kind of shapes who you are. All that stuff does. It shapes your perspective. It gives you just like, if you pick up on it, if you internalize it, I think some people, if they identify with it too much, then that's like the recidivism type of thing. That's where like people just first they're in juvie, and then it's jail, and then they're then all of a sudden they're in and out of prison, and then it becomes their life. I don't have any of that going on. Thank God. I have a good family, and I have a lot to be thankful for. I'm very blessed. I'm like a probably upper. I'm like now I'm basically at poverty level, but like just above the poverty line. But I was born into like a middle class, and probably upper middle class family as far as my mom's side, and my dad's side was kind of all over the place. But this one is so bad. This vlog is so bad, and I just missed a squirrel, and he made it. He's doing good today. Keep it up. But yeah, I'm all over the place. But with art, so back to the idea of art and stuff like that, is I've relegated it to just a passion, because I've wanted to make money. I've wanted to make it my career. But anytime that you put the art in the realm of business, and I've done this in several endeavors, and if I go on and on and on, please forgive me. eventually I'll get into some more specific stories if I keep going and if people care, or just if I keep going. But what am I trying to say is basically I do the art and the music. I've realized that like it's for me. It's mostly for me. And I appreciate it more when other people appreciate it. And there is a drive to share it with people that I think will appreciate it. And I don't share it with people who I don't think are gonna appreciate it, because I don't want the rejection. And not that I think it's bad. It's just I understand taste, and I understand people have taste, and I understand my taste is different than other people's. It's not necessarily better or worse. It's just your taste, and that's how you can, kind of have chemistry with certain people. It's mostly around like your taste. Your taste in music, your taste in literal food, your taste in people, your taste in everything. But anyways, that's a thought to get back to at some point. But art and music is like, there's a certain element of it that is masturbatory, where it's basically for your own pleasure, for you to put something out and to see it and then and experience it just for that pleasure and joy, and whatever that is. A lot of times it's just very emotional type of thing. But there's a lot, and art and music both can carry. Yeah, this is real bad. Art and music can both carry. This is okay. We'll see what we can do here. Art and music. Oh man, this is getting man tit angle. It's very unflattering. But at least I'm center frame. Now I'm holding the camera for the next 5 minutes. Oh, it's a disaster. So yeah, art is masturbatory. There's an element of it that is. There's an element of it that you want to share with other people. And specifically, for me, I write songs for people. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I write it either about someone, for someone, or inspired by someone, or something that someone is going through. It's usually the subject matter, because it's easy for me to find the emotion there, and that's and then you can make it abstract, and you can get creative with it however you'd like. But it's like you take that idea and then you show it to the individual, and it's kind of just like, look at this. Can you appreciate this thing that I made, and acknowledge that I'm a creative person, and that I can process what's going on, and maybe I have a perspective that's going to shed a little bit of light on the situation for you, and we can both be illuminated by that, and we can share it. It's like love. It's like, that's what I equate it to. It's like my love language, if you will. So yeah, today, that's just another thought, but it's something that I wrestle with, because I know a lot of people do art to make a profit, and they do make a profit, and they're very successful, and they make a living off of it, and people consume it, and they serve some sort of mechanism in people where they're you know, they're tickling something, whether it's good or bad, whether people have been programmed to consume, you know, this music that comes prepackaged in these, like, you know, 3-minute songs, 2.5 to 3 minute songs, like whether or not that's you know, a progressive type of thought, like it's actually progressing consciousness or not, or is it just kind of a trendy fad that's kind of ending? I don't know that. But these are all questions that I ask myself. Is like, is my obsession with the art that I'm doing, like somebody who does comic book art and stuff like that. Comics haven't been around forever. It's kind of a new, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's a new thing. Same thing with rock and roll music, just recorded music. Just music on a recording is kind of a new thing, and to gear it towards the recording and that experience is kind of a new thing, which like limits how long music is and how long a thought can be entertained before it becomes you know, dull or uninteresting, or you can see through the illusion of whatever it is, whatever the theme is. I don't really know. I think there's a bit of social engineering and hypnotism to the pop song, and the length and the speed and the drum beat and the chord progressions and even just the notes of the scale. Just even the notes that we have, the well-tempered clavier that Bach created. We'll get back to all these thoughts. It's very interesting talk today, actually. Hopefully this isn't terrible audio, but I do need to get into work because I am perfectly on time, and everything is going to be all right.